Hello, class 7. How are you all? So, we had been studying chapter 1. The name of chapter 1 is Nutrition in Plants. So, last time we studied the definition of nutrition, types of nutrition. Now, we will continue the same topic. But before we start, let's do a quick revision. Let's do a quick revision. So, first topic was nutrients. First topic was nutrients. So, what are nutrients? Nutrients are those component of food which provide energy and maintain the body. Yes, nutrients are those components of food which provide energy and maintain the body. Next topic is nutrition. What is nutrition? What is nutrition? So, nutrition is the mode of taking food. Yes, nutrition is the mode of taking food and utilization by the body. Nutrition is the mode of taking food and utilization by the body, or you can say the process of taking food in and uses the food. Okay, so it was all about nutrition and nutrient. There are two type of nutrition you can see on the screen. There are two type of nutrition: autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition we studied last time. Yes, so what is autotrophic nutrition? What is autotrophic nutrition? So the process, the or you can say the mode of autotrophic nutrition is the mode of nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition is the mode of nutrition in which plants prepare food themselves. Yes, autotrophic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which plants prepare food itself. Yes, the plants prepare food self, and we know that plants prepare food by photosynthesis process. Yes, plants prepare food by photosynthesis process. When plants use carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight, chlorophyll absorb the sunlight and they make carbohydrate. They make carbohydrate. Okay, so it was all about a brief introduction of autotrophic nutrition. Now we will start heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, so let's move on to the next point. Okay, kids. Now, before we start next topic, look the heading. I want to ask you a question. As I said that plants make carbohydrate. Plants synthesis carbohydrate. Synthesis means prepare. Synthesis means prepare. Plants prepare carbohydrate, but do they prepare only carbohydrate? No, they prepare protein and fat also. Yes, plants actually need protein and fats beside carbohydrate. So they prepare protein and fats. Protein. What are proteins? What are proteins? Proteins are nitrogenous substances. Yes, proteins are nitrogenous substances. It means nitrogen is present in protein. Yeah, it means actually plant need nitrogen. Actually plant need nitrogen. Yes, we know that in atmosphere nitrogen is present in abundance. Yes, in very large quantity, in high quantity nitrogen gas is present, but plants cannot use directly this nitrogen gas. Nitrogen is the food. Nitrogen is the food for plant, but they cannot use in the form of gas. They cannot use in the form of gas. Yes, plants get nitrogen from soil. Yes, plants get nitrogen from the soil. How? Actually, there are certain bacteria. Few bacteria lives in the nodule of root. The nodule of root. These bacteria, just like for example rhizobium. Yes, rhizobium bacteria live in soil along with root. So what does rhizobium bacteria do? Rhizobium bacteria convert nitrogen into usable form. Yes, means nitrogen bacteria convert nitrogen into nitrogen compound, just like ammonia. Yes, ammonia is a compound of nitrogen in which nitrogen is present, so it convert, and plant can use plants absorb these soluble form of nitrogen along with water and other minerals through their root. Okay, but sometime actually farmer add fertilizer. Yes, sometime farmer add fertilizer. What are fertilizer? Fertilizer are chemical compound. We will study about fertilizer in detail. Just remember, fertilizer are chemical compound, and in fertilizer nitrogen is present. Yes, so farmer add fertilizer in plant, so plants get directly nitrogen from fertilizer. But it was it is it can be harmful for plant. Yes, nitrogenous fertilizer can be harmful for plants. In this way, plants get fulfillment of nitrogen. In this way, plants get fulfillment of nitrogen. After the fulfillment of all nutrients, plants synthesis protein and fat. So, in short, plants prepare plant synthesis protein and fat other than carbohydrate. Okay, and how do they prepare? Using nitrogen. They use nitrogen in the form of nitrogen compound. Nitrogen compound is formed by rhizobium bacteria, and plant farmer also give add nitrogen fertilizer. Okay, understood? Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, now we will study heterotrophic nutrition. But before we start, let me again give you a short information about autotrophic nutrition. Yes, what is autotrophic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which plants prepare their own food. Yes, they prepare themselves, and such kind of organisms are known as autotrophs. So what is heterotrophic nutrition and what are heterotrophs organisms? So heterotrophic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which plants do not prepare their own food, they depend on other. Yes, and such kind of organisms are known as heterotrophs. Yes, heterotrophs are organisms who are unable to produce their own food and therefore must obtain from food from an external source. Yes, they obtain food from external source. Yes, for example, we animal, we are also heterotrophs because we depend on other, means we depend on plants, but plants do not depend on anyone. So plants are autotrophs and we are heterotrophs. There are some example: bacteria, protozoa, fungi, animals. Bacteria, protozoa, fungi, animals. Bacteria, like we discussed about rhizobium. We discussed about rhizobium. Protozoa, fungi, they all are heterotrophs. Okay, they all are heterotrophs. So what is heterotrophic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which plants do not prepare their own food, they depend on other. Yes, is known as heterotrophic nutrition. And such kind of organisms are called heterotrophs. So we can say heterotrophs are organisms who are unable to produce their own food and therefore must obtain food from an external source. Okay, and this kind of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. So we know that there are four main type of heterotrophic nutrition. There are four main type of heterotrophic nutrition: holozoic, parasitic, symbiotic, saprophytic. Holozoic, parasitic, symbiotic, saprophytic. Saprophytic, or you can say saprotropic. Saprophytic, or you can say saprotropic. Holozoic, parasitic, symbiotic, saprophytic, or saprotropic. Holozoic. In holozoic, actually three kind of animals include herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. You already know about herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. You must have studied in lower classes. So now we will begin at first saprotropic nutrition. Okay, let's move on the next point. Okay, saprotropic nutrition. Our next topic is saprotropic nutrition. So we will discuss about animals, which organism. We discuss about saprotrophs animal, means saprotrophs organism. Okay, so saprotrophs organism, we will discuss about saprotrophs organism and what is the meaning of saprotropic nutrition. Okay, so saprotrophs are actually non-green plants. Yes, they are not green plants because green plants do photosynthesis. Non-green plants cannot do photosynthesis. Example: mushroom, fungi, yeast, bacteria, they are saprotrophs. So how do they get food? Because we know that saprotropic nutrition is a type of heterotrophic nutrition. Saprotropic nutrition is a type of heterotrophic nutrition, and these organisms depend on other for food. It means fungi, yeast, bacteria, these are saprotrophs, and they depend for food on other. Yes, so they get food from dead and decaying matter. Yes, they get food from dead and decaying matter, such as cow dung, wood, bread. So they depend on other. Yes, so saprotrophs animals depend on dead and decaying matter. Yes, in saprotrophs organism have some digestive juice. So with the help of digestive juice, they absorb dead and decaying matter. So this kind of mode of nutrition is known as saprotropic nutrition. This kind of mode of nutrition is called saprotropic nutrition. So remember, saprotrophs organisms are those organisms which get food from dead and decaying matter. Yes, these are non-green plants. It means they don't do photosynthesis process. Example: fungi, yeast, bacteria. Okay, understood? Now let's see one example. Okay kids, have a look on the bread. What do you see? Can you see the change in color of bread? Yes. Why? Because of a organism. Because of it, an organism which is fungi. Yes, it happened because of fungi. Fungi is saprotrophs. Yes, when fungi is organism, when fungi get wet and humid environment, or wet and humid matter, wet and humid thing, then fungi grow on it. Fungi grow in that environment. That's why you might have seen on the bread these kind of patches. Yes, these patches are actually fungi. Yes, fungi are actually organisms. Yes, so fungi grow on bread, and fungi start eating the bread. This is also known as bread mold. Okay. So fungi eat dead and decaying matter. They start to grow when they get a humid environment. When they get humid environment. So this is the example of fungi. Mushroom is also a saprotroph. Yes. And the mode of nutrition in mushroom is saprotrophic nutrition, or you can say saprophytic nutrition. Okay. Now let's see a correct definition of fungi. Okay. Let's move on the next point. Okay, have a look on the definition. Please write down the definition. So what is saprotrophic nutrition, or you can say what is saprophytic nutrition, and what are saprotrophs? The mode of nutrition in which organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter is called saprotrophic nutrition. Yes. The mode of nutrition in which organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter is called saprotrophic nutrition, and such organisms with saprotrophic mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs. Yes. So what is saprotrophic nutrition? Saprotrophic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms take nutrients, organisms take food from dead and decaying matter. Dead and decaying matter is called saprotrophic nutrition. Such organisms with saprotrophic mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs. Example, fungi, mushroom. Let me give you one more example. You might have seen on wood some patches. Yes. When a wood gets old, you might have seen some patches on it. These patches are nothing but saprotroph. Yes. These patches are actually saprotrophs organisms. Yes. That live on dead and decaying matter. Okay. Dead and decaying matter. Remember this word. Understood? Now let's move on to the next point. Okay kids, our next type of nutrition is parasitic nutrition. So in the beginning we studied heterotrophic nutrition. So heterotrophic nutrition, the mode of nutrition in which organism, which organism? Heterotrophs. The mode of nutrition in which organisms depend on another organism for food. Yes, they are unable to make their own food. Then we studied first type of heterotrophic nutrition, which is saprotrophic nutrition. Yes, we studied about saprotrophic nutrition. So what is saprotrophic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter. Yes, the mode of nutrition in which organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter. So now next type of nutrition is parasitic nutrition. So in this kind of nutrition we will study about parasite organism and parasitic nutrition. So as you can see on the screen, parasitic nutrition is the mode of heterotrophic nutrition. Yes, parasitic nutrition is the mode of heterotrophic nutrition in which an organism called parasite live on the body inside the body of another organism called host. Yes, kids, parasitic nutrition is the mode of heterotrophic nutrition in which organisms live on the body or inside the body. Yes, parasite are those organisms are those organisms which lives on the body of another organism, inside or outside. Yes, they lives on the body or in the body. Yes, on the body or in the body, on the body or in the body. Yes, they live either inside or outside. Yes, and that body is known as host, and such kind of organism are known as parasite. Yes, parasite lives on the body of another organism. That another organism is known as host. That another organism is known as host. Yes, parasite organisms live on the body of another organism, and those organisms are called host. This kind of nutrition is called parasitic nutrition. Yes, it means they depend on the body of another organism to get the food. Yes, the parasite get its nutrition from host organisms. Yes, in simple word we can say parasite organism gets their nutrients from host organism. Host is that one on which parasite live. Yes, and this kind of nutrition is called parasitic nutrition. So, I hope you understood what is parasitic nutrition. So, the mode of nutrition, again, the mode of nutrition in which parasite lives on the body or inside the body of another organism is known as parasitic nutrition. Okay, now let's see some example. Okay, kids. Example number 1, Cascata. Example number 2, mosquito. Cascata. Cascata is also known as Amarbel. Yes, Cascata is also known as Amarbel. You have seen it. So, Cascata, actually Amarbel, it lives on the body of another tree or on the body of another plant. Yes, it grow on the body of another tree. Yes, because another body, just like tree provide Cascata food, shelter. Yes, mosquito, when mosquito we know that suck the blood. Mosquito suck the blood. Yes, it means mosquito suck the blood of human body. Mosquito suck the blood of human body. It means we are the host for mosquito. We are the host for mosquito. It means mosquito is parasite. Yes, mosquito is parasite. And Amarbel means Cascata is also a parasite. Cascata grow on the surface of another tree. It gets food from them. It obtain food from them. And mosquito suck our blood. Yes. So we are the host for mosquito, and different kind of trees are host for Cascata. Okay, understood? So these are the example of parasitic nutrition. So what is parasitic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which organism means parasite. The mode of nutrition in which parasite lives on the body or inside the body of another organism called host. Understood? Now let's move on the next point. So kids, in the beginning we discussed about heterotrophic nutrition and heterotrophs. Yes, heterotrophs. What are heterotrophs? Heterotrophs are those organisms which depend on other for food. They cannot make food themselves. Yes, they cannot make food themselves. I have written the heading insectivores plant. Yes, next topic is insectivores plant. So, insectivorous plant are actually heterotrophs. Can you believe? Yes, as insectivorous plant are actually heterotrophs. Yes, fungi plant are saprotrophs, and mushroom plants are saprotrophs. Cascata, which is plant, it is also a saprotroph, but it is actually a parasite, kind of heterotrophs. Okay. Insectivorous plant. Insectivorous plants are heterotrophs. Yes. They have heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Yes. Insectivorous plant, they have heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Yes. So, what are insectivorous plant? What are insectivorous plant? Some plants eat insect and small animals. Yes. Some plants eat insects and small animals. Such plants are known as insectivorous plants. Yes. There are many plants: pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, Drosera, sundew. Pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, sundew, Drosera. Yes, Drosera, sundew, pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. These are actually insectivorous plant. Yes, they eat insect, they eat small animals. Yes, some plants can eat rat also. Yes, they eat small insect animals. So these are actually heterotrophs. Insectivorous plants are actually heterotrophs. Yes. So what are insectivorous plant? In one line. In one line. What are insectivorous plant? In one line. Insect eating plants are known as insectivorous plants. Yes, my dear friends, insectivorous plants. Insect eating plants are called insectivorous plant. Insect eating plants are called insectivorous plant. Yes, insectivorous plants are actually heterotrophs. Understood? Now let's move on the next point. Kids, now let's see some examples of insectivorous plant. Example number 1, Venus flytraps. Because insectivorous plant eat insect and animals, it means insectivorous plants are carnivores in nature. Yes, insectivorous plants are carnivores in nature. What are carnivores? What are carnivores animal? Animals which eat other animal. Insectivorous animals which eat other animals are called carnivores. Insectivorous plants are actually carnivores in nature. Yes, they catch the insect, they trap the insect with the help of their leaves. They catch the insect or trap the insect with the help of their leaves. Yes. Example number 1, Venus flytrap. Yes, Venus flytrap. So actually Venus flytrap has leaves that are like boxes with hinges. Yes, Venus traps this plant has leaves. This plant has leaves just like boxes with hinges. Yes, with hinges. So Venus flytrap has leaves that are like boxes with hinges. They have long hair along the edge. Yes, they have long hair along the edge. Okay, so they are just like box with hinges, and some Venus flytrap has long hair on the edge, edge. When an insect touch the hair of the leaf, when an insect touch the leaf of Venus flytrap, the leaf snaps shut, trapping the creature inside and trap the creature inside. Yes, trap the insect inside. Venus flytrap leaves are always open. When any insect touch the hair of leaves of Venus flytrap, they snap shut their leaves and catch the insect. And there are some digestive juices are present, in the leaves, so they absorb it, they absorb the nutrients, they absorb the insect. Second is peacher plant. Yes, peacher plant's leaves are just modified like peacher. Yes, peacher, do you know peacher? Peacher just like jug. Peacher is look like jug. So peacher plant leaves are in the form of a container. Yes, peacher plant's leaves are in the form of jug, or you can say in the form of container. Yes, they have lead on the mouth of leaf. They have a lead on the mouth of leaf. Yes. So peacher plant leaves are in the form of a container or peacher with a lead to cover the mouth. Yes, which cover the mouth. When any insect fall in the leaves of peacher plant, because there is liquid substance on the edge of leaves of peacher plant, so the insect slip in the leaves, and when the insect goes inside, the lead cover the mouth of peacher plant. In this way they shut the leaves, and there are digestive juice present inside the leaves. These juices eat the insect, absorb the nutrients from insect. So in this way insectivorous plants eat Venus flytrap and peacher plant. Okay. Now let's see one more example. Okay kids, sundew. Next example is sundew. Sundew, this example is not given in your book. I have added extra just for your knowledge. Yes. So sundew actually, how does it eat? How does the sundew eat? Sundew has thread-like structure. Yes, it has spine-like structure. When any insect come on it, on the branch, on the leaves of it, then it curl itself like snake, it curl back. Then it release some digestive juice which absorb the nutrients. So as I told you that there are some spine-like structure, thread-like structure are present on it. When any insect come on it, it gets trapped automatically due to these spine-like structure, due to this thread-like structure. So the insect cannot move. When insect cannot move, sundew, it curls itself, curl back, and just like snake, and trap the insect. As you can see on the screen, can you see the picture? Look the picture. An insect is sitting on sundew. Then what is sundew doing? The sundew is curling itself to catch the insect and then absorb the nutrient from it. Yes, sundew absorb all the nutrients from that insect, eat the insect. So we can say that sundew, peacher plant, Venus flytrap, Drosera are insectivorous plant. They are also heterotrophs. What are insectivorous plant? Some plants eat insect and animals. Such plants are known as insectivorous plant, or you can say insectivorous. Insect eating plants are called insectivorous plant. Understood? Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, now let's talk about a new type of heterotrophic nutrition which is symbiotic nutrition. Okay. So first question is, which organisms have this mode of nutrition? Symbiosis organisms have symbiotic nutrition. Yes. Okay. Remember that symbiosis organisms have symbiotic nutrition. Symbiotic nutrition, you can also say mutualism. Yes, you can also call it mutualism. 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 Okay. So actually, in symbiotic nutrition, two organisms live together. Yes, two organisms live together. So this is a type of nutrition where sharing of nutrition as well as shelter take place between two organisms. Yes. So symbiotic nutrition is a type of nutrition where sharing of nutrition as well as shelter take place between two organisms. Yes. Two organisms live together, they share the shelter, they share the food. They share the shelter, they share the food, they share the food. This type of nutrition, this mode of nutrition is known as symbiotic nutrition. Yes. And such kind of organisms are known as symbiosis. So what is symbiotic nutrition? Symbiotic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms live together and share food and shelter with each other. Live together and share food and shelter with each other. Yes. Okay. Now let's see some examples of symbiotic nutrition. Okay kids, let's see some examples. There are many different examples. There are many different examples of mutualism relationship. Means there are many examples of symbiotic nutrition. Yes, as I said that two organisms live together and share food and shelter. Such kind of nutrition is called symbiotic nutrition. And example number 1, plants and microbes. Yes, plants and many microbes means microorganisms, small organisms. Many plants and many microorganisms live together. Example, rhizobium in root nodule. Yes, rhizobium are those bacteria, those organisms which live in root nodule. Yes, they live in root of leguminous plant. They live in root of leguminous plant. Leguminous means plants with pod, like pea, chickpea, cowpea. Okay. So rhizobium and root nodule, they live together. How do they live together? Rhizobium provide water and some important nutrient to root nodule, and in return root nodule provide food and shelter, provide nutrients and shelter to rhizobium. Yes, root nodule of leguminous plant provide shelter to rhizobium, and in return rhizobium provide water and some nutrients. In this way they live together. Lichen, next example, lichen. Lichen also live together. We will study after few seconds about lichen in detail. Next is terrestrial plant and insect. Yes, some terrestrial plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plant. Plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plant. And insect live together. Yes, actually insect help in pollination process. Insect help in pollination process. Pollination is reproduction process, means germination process. So insect help to reproduce terrestrial plant. In return terrestrial plant provide shelter to insect. There are many animals live together like crocodile and plover bird. crocodile and plover bird, they live together, they form a mutualism relationship, they have symbiotic nutrition. Yes. So, crocodile and plover bird. As you can see in the picture, can you see the picture of crocodile sitting? A plover bird is sitting in the mouth of crocodile. Yes. So, plover bird clean the mouth of crocodile. Yes, plover bird clean the mouth of crocodile. In returns, crocodile provide nutrients, food to plover bird. Yes. Understood? Now let's move on the last point. So kids, we know that what is symbiotic nutrition. What is symbiotic nutrition? Symbiotic nutrition is a mode of nutrition. Symbiotic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms live and share shelter and food with each other. Yes, live and share shelter and food with each other. Yes. Next example is lichen. Can you see the picture? Have you ever seen such kind of patches on wall or on the tree surface? Have you ever seen such kind of patches? This is lichen. Yes. So symbiotic plants have symbiotic nutrition. Symbiotic plants have symbiotic nutrition. So a relationship in which two organisms mutually benefit from each other is called symbiosis. Another definition of symbiosis, a relationship in which two organisms live mutually benefit from each other is called symbiosis. Yes, they mutually benefit from each other. Yes, they provide each other. Take and give system. Take and give. Okay. So an example is lichen, which is an actually association between algae and fungi. Yes, algae and fungi, both organisms are called lichen. Yes. So how do they live? How do they live? Algae and fungi. Algae manufacture food. Yes, algae manufacture food, and fungi provide water and mineral along with shelter to algae. Yes, it means algae provide food to fungi, algae provide food to fungi, and fungi provide shelter to algae. Yes. Remember, algae is plural word. Algae is plural word. Singular is alga, A-L-G-A. Fungi is plural word. Singular is fungus. Fungus is singular word. Fungi is plural word. Okay. So, lichen is an example of symbiotic nutrition in which two organisms associated, fungi and algae. Algae prepare food. Yes. How does algae prepare food? Actually, fungi provide water and mineral. Fungi provide water and mineral. So, with the help of water and mineral, algae prepare food, and fungi also provide house shelter for algae, and in returns, algae gives prepared food to fungi. So, in this way, they live together. Understood? Now, let's move on the next point. Okay, kids, it's time to ask question from you. Question number 1. Define heterotrophic nutrition. Yes, heterotrophic nutrition. What is heterotrophic nutrition? Heterotrophic is a mode of nutrition in which plants depend on other for food. Yes, plants depend on other food. They are unable to make food themselves. Yes, they are unable to make food themselves. Yes, and such kind of organisms are called heterotrophs. Such kind of organisms are called heterotrophs, and this mode of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. So heterotrophs are organisms who are unable to produce their own food. They must obtain food from external source like bacteria, protozoa, fungi, and animals. Okay. Next question. Explain symbiotic nutrition with an example. Yes. Symbiotic nutrition. Yes. Symbiotic nutrition. This is a type of nutrition where sharing of nutrition as well as shelter take place between two organisms. What is symbiotic nutrition? This is a type of nutrition where sharing of nutrition as well as shelter take place between two organisms. Okay. In another word, I can say symbiotic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms live and share food and shelter with each other. And we know the example lichen. Lichen is association of two organisms. Which organism? Algae and fungi. Yes. Algae prepare food for fungi. Fungi provide water and mineral. And we also know rhizobium and root nodule. Yes. Rhizobium provide water and important nutrients. In return, root nodules of leguminous plant provide shelter. Question number 3. Question number 3 is, what are insectivorous plant? Yes, what are insectivorous plant? Insect eating plants are called insectivorous plant. So what are insectivorous plant? Insect eating plants are called insectivorous plant. Insect eating plants are called insectivorous plant. Example, Venus flytrap, pitcher plant. So Venus flytrap, we know that Venus flytrap has leaves like boxes with hinges. Yes. So Venus flytrap has leaves that are like boxes with hinges, and they have long hair on the edge. When an insect touch the hair, they snap shut and catch the insect. And pitcher plant are actually in the form of container or in the form of pitcher. They have lid to cover the mouth. When any insect fall inside it due to lubricated juice, then what happens? The lid cover the mouth of pitcher plant, and in this way they eat the insect with the help of digestive juice. Okay, now let's move on the next question. So next question is question number 4. What is a saprophytic nutrition? Give example. Yes, what is saprophytic nutrition? Give example. So what is saprophytic nutrition? Yes, tell me, what is saprophytic nutrition? So we know that saprophytic nutrition is a mode of nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter. Yes. Saprophytic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter. And such organisms are called saprotrophic nutrition, or you can say saprotrophs, or you can say, okay. So what is saprophytic nutrition or what is saprotrophic nutrition? Saprophytic and saprotrophic both are same. Okay. The mode of nutrition in which organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter is called saprotrophic nutrition, and such kind of organisms are called saprotrophs. Example, fungi, mushroom. I hope you understood. So today chapter 1 is completed. If you don't have book, then use Google. You can download the book from Google. You can study at home, prepare. We will meet now in next class. Till then, goodbye.